Hey guys, this is Chris Kermis, and today, after exploring the sights and places on the road from Kashan, I'm in Yazd, located smack bang in the center of Iran. It's at a crossroads on the old Silk Road, and it's basically surrounded by barren desert. But its position actually resulted in it becoming a powerful center for trade, religion, and culture. And it's filled with amazing monuments and lively streets. Come with me today, and let's explore Yazd. And so for the first stop off of the day, we're going to go to the Jameh Mosque of Yazd. This 14th century mosque is very much in the Yazd style. Very high, very tall minarets, and it's thought to have been built on the side of a former Zoroastrian temple. Then you come through the entrance here and you come out into this wide courtyard, completely unexpected from what you see from the front. And it's just mind-blowing when you turn and look left. And so the mosque is actually split into two. So the grand hall that you just see me in is the summer prayer hall. Absolutely beautiful, completely open, and of course it can be in the summer. But also there's the winter prayer hall here, a lot more simplistic, a lot more closed. Now let's head off to the next site, the Tower of Silence. So Zoroastrian religion is based on the idea of one God, Ahura Mazda, and one prophet, Zoroaster. And they believe in the power of the elements, earth, wind, fire, and water. Now, this is where we come into the story of this particular temple. So, the Tower of Silence is actually a burial site, because the Zoroastrians wouldn't bury their dead in the earth, because that was seen to damage the earth as a very important element. So the dead were taken here, and their bodies would be broken down by vultures, by wildlife, leaving only the bones remaining. And sticking with the theme of the Zoroastrian religion this morning, this is the fire temple. Let me tell you a little bit more as well about Zoroastrian religion here. So the symbol you see on top, this is the symbol of Zoroastrianism. So the symbol here actually has a lot of meaning. You have the three tenets here, which you see below the wings of the figure here, which is good thoughts, good speech, and good actions. Now the figure himself here, you see he's got a ring here. The ring shows promise, like the ring of marriage. And then you also see a ring in the center of the figure as well. And this is the ring of karma, the idea of the circle, what goes around comes back to you. And incredibly, the fire in the fire temple has been burning continuously for around 1,400 years. Amazing. So time for a bit of lunch now at a nice traditional place. So okay, the food has arrived. This is a very traditional dish. I'm not quite sure how this works yet, but Reza, you're going to fill me in basically. Yeah. So what exactly do I have here?
So you order Dizi, the traditional food of Iranian, which is include that potato, tomato, meat, beans, and the stew. It's not something like the stew.
So the liquid has come off the soup here?
Yeah. So, as you see, here's the fat, here's a potato, tomato, meat, and beans. Chickpea and beans. There.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy it.
Well, thank you, thank you.
Welcome.
That's so lovely. Really, really nice tomatoey sauce. This intense meatiness. This kind of grain sort of thing coming out. I think chickpeas, definitely potatoes, really thickening things up in there. That's lovely, really hearty. You know, I think this is good winter food, but at the same time, hey, I'll eat it right now because I'm really enjoying this. Okay, so delicious lunch just finished. Haven't really got any space for any more food, but baklava is a really big thing here in Yazd. And the best baklava is said to come from this place in front of me, Haj Khalifeh. So what's a guy to do? We're here now, best baklava in a city known for baklava. Let's go give this a try, guys. Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. Would you like this?
Would I like to taste?
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely, of course. That is super nutty. Complete pistachio nuts when you first bite into it. And then just sugar onslaught. So sweet, just so sweet. And this one, the orange one, what was that?
Saffron. Saffron baklava.
Oh, saffron, okay. Whoa! Totally tastes like the saffron, really strongly coming out. And then behind that, coconut. Now I'm guessing this one is coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah, the saffron one is basically this one with saffron. Yeah, because I got that. It was like, bam, saffron, and then, coconut. Okay, so now the coconut. I probably should have tried this one first. Yep. That one, that is absolutely the aftermath of the saffron one.
I prefer the pistachio.
It's a classic baklava, right? It's the classic. Yeah, one thing I always know, whatever country I'm in the Middle East, people love their sweets, and they do it really well in a way completely different to how we do it in Europe. So that was so delicious, couldn't leave here empty-handed. Got a pack of the plain baklava, which we're going to basically just munch on during the drive to Achaemenid. And now, after all that food and sweets, we're in the Dowlat Abad Gardens. So this is another one of Iran's famous Persian gardens. Many of these are on the UNESCO World Heritage List. So the Dowlat Abad Gardens was built more than 200 years ago. During the Zoroastrian Dynasty, the king, who was in Shiraz at the time, said to the ruler of Yazd, "You should build these grand Persian gardens here." The ruler of Yazd would use it as his own gardens, but of course the king could come and stay here whenever he was in the area. But these gardens are just spectacular. And these gardens really have the longest running system of water that I've ever seen in one of these. It's absolutely insane here. What you see behind me is heading to the summer part of the gardens, but then you look out the other way, and far in the distance you see the winter part of the gardens. And this is the same sort of system you get in all of these Persian gardens, with the conduits forcing the water through until the block at the end that redirects it back. But under a huge length here, it's incredible. And so the summer part that you see here, this is really the beautiful part, the beautiful side of it. And the wind capture you see up here is actually the tallest in the country. And these gardens are actually modelled this way, with the main structure overlooking this water with trees at the side, basically after a section of the Quran talking about paradise. So this was seen as a way of modelling paradise. I just going into Fazeli Carpet warehouse, probably the biggest in Yazd, I hear. But we're going to take a quick look at the Persian carpets in there. I suppose they've got a real nice selection of the traditional craft. And also pop up to the rooftop. The view from up here on the rooftop is stunning. It's just amazing looking out over the old city. But the one thing that really stands out is the wind catchers all over, just going up into the sky. And just at the end of the city, you can see the start of the desert, the wonderful mountains in the background. Really beautiful view. And now we've stepped into the old city of Yazd. We're going to take a walk around here and see what it's like. So there was a very famous Iranian poet called Hafiz. He's so famous that any bookshop in Iran, they'll definitely have two books. The Quran, of course, and his poetry book. And he actually is from Shiraz. He came here to Yazd for around a month. And he basically works here in this very building, which is called now Alexander's Prison. And the reason why it's called Alexander's Prison is no relation to Alexander the Great or anything like that. It's simply because Hafiz was here for that month and he hated it here. He was so bored here. And he said, being here It's like Alexander's prison. And all the buildings in the old town all have this same kind of uniform look, this kind of mud wall exterior. But that's exactly what it is. Of course there's brickwork underneath, there's got to be support for the structure, particularly in an earthquake-riddled zone. Well, we stopped off for a cup of tea in the old town now, and we found this beautiful, beautiful courtyard to stop in. Nice and cold compared with outside. And on top of that, there's a talking parrot. Hello? 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 Well, having spoken with a parrot, let's leave the old city now. Let's head back to the Amir Chakamagh Square for sunset. So why is this so grand, you ask? Very good question. Amir Chakamagh, being king, basically wanted to show his power, so this is why this building is so grand. Before I came to Iran, I would have looked at pictures of this and I would have thought this was some extravagant mosque or something. But no, it's not. Just because you see a building with minarets here like this doesn't mean it's a mosque. This really is just a small bazaar. So now let's do something completely different. Just by the square here, there's a place where we can see a traditional Iranian sport. We're going to go there right now. And here we are as a last little activity for today. We've come in to see Zoroastrian. So this is the sports hall right here. The singer's going to be behind here. Supposedly we start off with a singer. Go figure, I don't know. So the small bazaar through the extremely grand entranceway is actually what, back in my home country of England, I would call Kebab Alley. It's basically full of meat on a stick, nice little shops to get, well, often liver here, but also chicken and the other varieties. But yeah, Kebab Alley behind the most grand entranceway you've ever seen. And how could I finish a day like today without stopping off at Kebab Alley for a beer and kebab? Wow, would you look at that? That is the way to do a kebab. There we go, there's a kebab. It's just hidden under this massive bread. Just going to basically grab some of this kebab in the bread. Take it off just like that. And yum, yum, yum. I can't get enough of this chicken kebab. It's perfect, just absolutely lovely. Again, the saffron just does it for me. This is beautiful. It's so big and succulent here as well. Really, really nicely done. Okay guys, that's it. You're going to have to leave me to finish my kebab and drink my beer. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, don't be shy with that thumbs up button. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments below. And please subscribe if you haven't already. There's going to be some more great videos coming from Iran real soon. I'm off on the road to Kerman tomorrow. See you next time, guys.